1916. New Jersey's beaches were packed with people escaping a brutal heat wave and a polio epidemic. Everyone believed the ocean was a safe paradise, but that peace transformed into a nightmare in just 12 days. It was a series of killings, as if an invisible demon was dragging people into the sea. Who, why, and what caused that hell? It remains one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. The year is 1916, America, with the shadow of World War I looming. A terrifying polio epidemic swept the nation, and a record-breaking heat wave tormented the populace. Amidst this, the beautiful beaches of New Jersey offered one of the few havens. Ocean swimming was a relatively new pastime, but doctors endorsed its health benefits, and people laughed carefree at the shore. They knew almost nothing of the ocean's dangers, and certainly never dreamed that a massive predator capable of attacking humans lurked in these cold northern waters.
July 1st, 1916, the resort town of Beach Haven. 23-year-old Charles Van Sant was enjoying a swim before dinner. He waded into the water, playfully splashing with a dog, when suddenly he screamed. Something had grabbed his leg, inflicting excruciating pain. When he was pulled ashore, his leg was horrifyingly mutilated. He bled to death that same day. Yet, people and experts at the time refused to believe it was a shark. Probably a giant sea turtle or some other fish, they speculated. Just 5 days after the first incident, on July 6th, terror struck again, 45 miles north in Spring Lake. Charles Bruder, a hotel employee, was swimming far from shore when he was suddenly attacked. Lifeguards rushing to his aid witnessed a horrific scene. Both his legs were nearly severed, and the water around him was a sea of red. He died before reaching the shore. This horrific event made front-page news, and people finally began to realize this is not normal. Despite the successive attacks, many marine biologists and experts continued to assert that man-eating sharks did not exist in the cold northern waters. They tried to quell the panic, explaining sharks don't actively attack humans, or it was just a mistaken bite. However, newspapers sensationalized the sea monster terror daily, only fueling public anxiety. This very contradiction deepened the mystery and made the case even harder to solve. Then, on July 12th, the worst happened in a place no one could have predicted. It was Matawan Creek, a narrow freshwater stream about 16 miles inland from the ocean. Here, 11-year-old Lester Stillwell was suddenly dragged underwater, creating a swirling vortex of blood. A brave man, Stanley Fisher, who rushed to rescue him, was also attacked by the shark and fatally wounded. On the same day, another boy, Joseph Dunn, had his leg bitten. This freshwater attack completely overturned all previous understanding, a truly anomalous event.
The Matawan Creek incident shocked scientists. How could a shark, supposed to live only in salt water, be in freshwater? The key to resolving this contradiction later pointed to the bull shark. This species, surprisingly, possesses the ability to survive in freshwater. They are aggressive, prefer shallow waters, and their build can be mistaken for a great white. If a bull shark was lurking in that creek, it could be the true culprit of the continuous, inexplicable incidents, fitting all the pieces together. Meanwhile, some sharks were captured after the incidents. Of particular note was a 2.5-meter great white shark caught offshore 2 days after the Matawan Creek attacks. It was widely reported that human bones and flesh were found in its stomach, and the Jersey man-eater was declared caught. But were these reports of human flesh truly accurate? Great whites shouldn't enter freshwater, so why was this shark conclusively identified as the culprit? Many contradictions cloud this resolution.
In 1916, scientific knowledge about sharks was surprisingly rudimentary. People believed sharks lived in the deep sea and were harmless to humans, knowing very little about their behavior or ecology. The existence of freshwater sharks was barely recognized, and the range of great whites was not understood. This knowledge gap made identifying the true culprit of the attacks extremely difficult. We critically lacked the lens to understand what was truly happening. The greatest mystery of the attacks lay in their geographical contradiction. The attacks in the vast open ocean at Beach Haven and Spring Lake were still within the realm of understanding. However, the fact that a shark appeared and attacked people in the fresh water of Matawan Creek, miles inland and hours from the sea, shattered all common sense for experts of the time. They couldn't explain it, and confusion only deepened. Were multiple sharks involved, or is this a completely new species of shark? This fatal contradiction impeded the search for the truth.
The series of attacks brought deep terror and panic across New Jersey. Beaches became deserted, and the economy suffered devastating blows. People launched massive shark hunts, determined to eradicate the sea monster. Men in boats indiscriminately captured sharks, and shark carcasses lined the coast. Some beaches installed steel nets to protect swimmers. This incident irrevocably altered the relationship between humans and sharks, demonstrating how fear born of ignorance can drive society. The 1916 Jersey Shore shark attacks were more than just a tragedy. It was an event that exposed our rudimentary knowledge of the ocean and our overconfidence in the natural world. Many sharks were caught, but was the true culprit truly apprehended? And why that summer did sharks attack humans so relentlessly? Their true motive remains completely unexplained. However, this event leaves us with vital lessons: the ocean's mystery and danger, and that humans must always remain humble before nature.